James, thank you for suffering us while I was dressing down Allison. But great to see you. How are you, sir?
Good to see you as well.
Sorry. We need you in studio here so you can, slap Mike around a little bit. James, can you give us the latest on the your projectile of where First Wave Bio is going? Because you have saved this company from a bad COVID trial. You've shifted gears and got into the place where you are now being part of the conversation of the highest level of investment banking. In other words, you're at the tip of the spear and things are going great. Talk about where you guys are as a company. Let's talk about what's going on with the health and well-being of the U.S.
Sure. Well, I would have loved to have been able to come on your show today and had an announcement, but I don't yet. I'm waiting for something major to happen for the company any day. But in any case, we're doing well. I mean, we're doing all our tech transfer for Capicerod. We're looking at pediatric ulcerative colitis. Sanofi, is pretty happy with what we're doing right now. Adrulipase, which is our enzyme for porcine, to displace the porcine enzyme for cystic fibrosis patients. We're still looking at all that data. So that we'll have that report early next year. The FDA, we've talked about this before, has some shortages in people. So we're probably not going to get a meeting with them at the end of this year. It's probably going to be early next year.
Is there top line data coming past phase 2? I mean, what's the next sort of milestone that you can share with us?
Well, I mean, the next milestone is going to be an announcement that we have something. But the adrulipase data, we have to talk to the FDA first before I can announce anything further. All I can say is the formulation is better than we had before. We were able to reduce our cost of goods by 80%. And in these days of price pressure, that's a good thing for us. And Capicerod, we're just going to get started on next year.
James, what's in the pipeline right now? What's that looking like?
Well, we still have niclosamide. We're currently looking at possibly out-licensing that because of the cash crunch that we have. So if we do get that done, that'll have some money coming in. But right now, Capicerod, which we're looking for pediatric ulcerative colitis, that's going to be our lead until I can make another announcement. We're public, so I'm not at liberty to say much.
Of course. Hey, Jay, and you've been so forthcoming with us. James, talk about is it called ulcerative colitis? What does that malady actually do to somebody? I mean, how many people? What's the addressable market?
Well, the market's huge. The market for ulcerative colitis, because it goes into the category of inflammatory bowel disease, is about $40 billion worldwide. It's huge.
Wow.
Ulcerative colitis sounds exactly what it is. Colitis, which is inflammation of your large intestine or your colon. Ulcerative means you're getting all these ulcers, or you're getting a shedding of the colon. So it's very painful. It causes usually bleeding. It can lead to worse disease. But if you've never met anyone with inflammatory bowel disease, it's probably one of your friends who at dinner has to keep getting up to go to the restroom all the time.
Mike Costa, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about, for me, where we are these days with respect to endemic, pandemic? Are we out of the woods? Because we never did get out of the woods from the Spanish flu. We're still taking a vaccine. It's called the flu vaccine. I don't think we're out of the woods with respect to COVID because we're on, vaccine number 5 here? And whether you have I believe in the science. You give me like, give me like everything you can.
Right.
But I sort of feel like every time I look up and there's been a little gap in the story, it's almost like a stock that goes, every time there's a drop in the story, next thing you know, there's a spike in COVID. Mm-hmm. So now I'm starting to hear about, hospitals filling up, so on and so forth. Where are we at, James? Because you're at the tip of the spear. You're the guy who's sort of been following this for us since 2020. Where in your opinion are we as far as how we're doing as a country, how we're doing globally, and what's going on with this disease?
Well, the flu season is just starting, right? So it's not a heavy flu season yet because the weather's been kind of warm. But once this cold weather settles in, you're going to start seeing a lot of COVID along with the flu. So I would expect, you're going to hit the kind of numbers we had last winter in COVID, despite the vaccine. Just a lot of people who aren't taking good care of themselves.
Hey, James, I have a question for you. And I always go by what you did. What vaccine are you on right now?
I'm on number 6.
Hey, Mike, what vaccine are you on?
I'm on number 1.
Do you know? Do you have an 8-track tape set? You understand that?
You're really getting your money's worth out of that one.
You know,
aren't you?
Yeah.
You know the little chocolate donuts are not part of the food chain?
They're not? Okay, well. You
His
learn
blood
something
type's
new every
gravy,
day.
though, so that's fine. James, second of all, are you concerned about the stories we hear regarding COVID internationally and nationally? And do you still have a mask in your car?
I still have a mask in my car. I don't really use it. I see plenty of people. I live in Florida, so there's a lot of older people, a lot of people walking around the supermarkets and with masks on. So I think people are still, worried about it. Me personally, I'm not worried about it.
See, that's
at
a big
all.
thing for us because you were the one
Yeah.
who made us like shaking like Don Knotts a couple of years ago. We're like, hey, we'll be fine. Let's go out to us. So the fact that you're almost comfortable with the fact that you're not worried about it means a big thing. Does that mean we're endemic now?
We're endemic. I think you need to look at big companies like Pfizer, for instance. They cut their forecast by 40% for their COVID vaccine and about, I think, 60% for their COVID oral medication. So they don't expect to have huge breakouts. I think it's endemic. I think you'll see the usual suspects getting ill, older people, people with immune response problems, heavier people. But I think the general public is pretty much safe.
James, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. President, CEO, Chairman of First Wave Biopharma. You can email me this afternoon. I'm ever in awe with his ability as a biopharma guy